How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Lunch break, and I'm sitting out in the car, and there's nothing really going on the radio, so let's talk about something. Again, welcome back to the channel, everybody. So glad each and every one of you can make it. Today's video is going to be, well, I really should title it a mini series because it's going to be covering a few things, but let's just go ahead and get this first one out of the way. I'm going to use YouTube standards, and that being 1,000 subs, so I'm going to consider anybody under 1,000 subs a smaller channel. So if you're a smaller channel and you would like to drop your channel name in the comment section below, by all means feel free to do so. I'm all about networking. I'm all about everybody working together, making channels grow and everything. But do it respectfully and do it politely. In other words, don't drop your channel name 1,000 times on the same video, and don't go around harassing people in the comments with the channel name, because people will look through, they will see the channel name, they will go to the channel, and if they like what's there, they'll stay, they'll watch, so on and so forth, and maybe even subscribe. That's what we need more of. We need to help each other out more, and that's what this video is really about, because it's coming up more and more. I'm seeing it more and more in the diecast side. I saw it real heavy when I was over in the automotive side, and I'm actually going to do a video about that subject, but I'm just going to call it trading subs for right now, because YouTube has a very strong policy against some of the things that go on, and I don't want to lose my channel for saying certain things. So with that stated, that's going to be one of the topics. Another one will be, YouTube, you've got your 1,000 subs, now what? Something along those lines, just to try to help people out that are getting into YouTube, wanting to get into YouTube, or thinking about getting into YouTube as far as doing videos. So we'll cover all that, okay? But today's topic is why I don't just do channel drops or name drops, if you will. There's channels that do it, and I'm not going to name them. Most of you know who they are. You know what? Screw it. I hate it when people do that, because at least you're wondering, it makes you go look for them anyway. But and I mean no harm or disrespect to the ones that do it. They do it for their own reason. And this particular person that I'm going to name, I know he has a good heart, and I know he does it for the right reasons. But Andrew over at Maple Leaf Customs, every video, he will drop the channel and the link in his description of somebody that's under 1,000 subscribers, and I think that's really good. It just because you watch me doesn't mean you watch Andrew. Just because you watch Andrew doesn't mean that you watch me. So if we can all work together to do that, it really helps out. It does. It's just basically networking. That's what it used to be called back in the day, before the internet and cell phones even. Networking. You go to parties, you meet up with all the hubbubs that's in the know, and hopefully gets you out there. But there's absolutely nothing wrong with doing that. Nothing at all. Like I said, it's doing nothing but help out. But I do not personally do it. And I've been asked this before, why don't you do it? I've dropped your name, yada, yada, yada. And I greatly appreciate that. I do, from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate any and all help, that anybody's ever given me on my channel. Even the ones that are no longer here, but for whatever reason, people change, their motives change, their ideas change, and they just move on. Some of them were moved on. But with that stated, I used to do it when I was over in the automotive section, and I'm still over there. I'm just not as heavy as I used to be. I'm thinking about getting back into it and lightening up on the diecast a little bit. But anyhow, long story short, I used to do it. And there was a time where Now this time I won't mention the name because they're no longer on YouTube, and you know, they don't deserve the backlash that would come from me naming their name, okay? But there was a channel, an automotive channel, and I would do like Andrew, and I would pick, you know, 1 or 2 channels and shout them out, trying to get, you know, draw people over to them. And they were actually a little bigger than me at the time, I think, if I remember correctly. But anyhow, you know, it doesn't matter if they're bigger or smaller. You know, we're supposed to help each other out. But long story short, this particular channel was due to drop the next day. I had the video in the queue because I like to try to have videos ahead of time. So if something happens one day and I just don't feel like making a video, that video is ready to go. So they were in the queue literally to drop the next day. And then it just hit like a bombshell all over the car community side of YouTube. This person had gotten in trouble, arrested for doing some things with his car, basically, you know, breaking the speed limit laws and doing burnouts and stuff like that with another channel. The other channel's the one that got in trouble, and this person was just a collateral damage, if you will. There was a total of 3 channels. The one channel was doing the trouble, you know, doing the videos. He got busted. I guess somebody told on him, if I remember correctly. And they say they were watching, which they do, but I don't think that was the real reason. But long story short, the other 2 got busted along with him, just by, you know, because they were in some of his videos, and because they had all, you know, you do these meetups and stuff, and whatever that person does, you're guilty by association, whether you want to be or not, for lack of better terms. So when it was found out that he got arrested, somebody did a little digging and found out that he had a criminal past, okay? He was actually, you can't even say, you know, YouTube's so strange and stupid. They sit there and want me to take down a channel about street takeovers, but you can't even talk about something that's real and ongoing that people need to know about. But he was a registered person, and it wasn't an offender. It was called, what was it called? Like a fart in the wind. I can't remember now. But it wasn't an offender. It was the next level up, almost like a stalker. Okay. But anyhow, it found out. And he had went to jail for it. You know, he had done his time. He had paid his debt to society. Now, that's a whole different story because, you know, everybody has different feelings on crimes and debts. You know, like if you are in a car wreck and it takes somebody's life, is 2 years enough? Is community service enough? Is 100 years enough? Or is life for life enough? You know, everybody has different standards in what they consider debt to society and everything. That's why we have courts, lawyers, judges to take care of all that. That's why the system is set up. Now, it's not perfect, but that's the way it is. But anyhow, he had paid his debt to society as far as I was concerned, and I'm good with that. You know, he's done his time. He did what he's supposed to do. But I pulled my video out of the queue. It's still there. I could drop it tomorrow if I wanted to because it's still there, but I'm not going to. And the reason for that, and I know this is a long roundabout course that we're taking, but the reason that I decided not to is because, look, like I said, in the community world, if you live in the same area, you know, people will want to meet up and talk and show off their cars, go to car shows together and everything. And like here in the Diecast community, in June, we're going to have the Hot Wheels Legends Tour. And last year I was there with a couple other channels, you know, Rico Bobby and another one. And, you know, it's just the way the world works. You run across each other, you stumble across each other, or you plan to meet up. Well, my thing is I don't want to recommend a channel like that, and you or somebody you know or somebody down the line go meet up with them and something happens, right? When I was growing up, like I said earlier, guilty by association. That's why I never recommend people for jobs, because if they don't perform and do the job correctly, even though you know them and they're your best friend, and they look out for each other, the kindest person. If they're lazy and they don't do their work, how's that going to make you look, right? If I recommend a person for a job and they come in and they're lazy, they're never on time and everything, that looks bad on me, and I'm not going to have that. So that's why I don't recommend people for jobs. But back to the video section. If I recommend somebody through a name drop or a channel drop, and I just saw a car run a stop sign sitting here. If I do that and you or somebody down the line meets up and something happens, I'm not going to use that cliche phrase that I wouldn't be able to live with myself, because I'm not going to go off myself, but it would be very hard. I would not like it at all. It would be disappointing. It would be demoralizing. It'd make me feel bad overall, depression and everything else that comes along with stuff like that. So rather than risk that happening, I swore off that I would not do that again. I quit doing it. And I made a video over on my car channel saying that I wasn't going to do it, and this is the reason why. So that is a long-winded 11 minutes and 7-second reason, excuse, or definition, whatever you want to call it, of why I don't do the name drops or channel drops as far as recommendations. Now, yes, if I've known somebody for a while, like when I do my mealtime videos, I tell you, check them out, look in the comments, I'll provide the links and you can go check them out. Because I've known them for a while and they've basically been vetted without me personally meeting them and so on. You learn a lot by watching people, how they interact with others and whatnot. And, you kind of get a feel for them. And that's another reason I don't do the name drops and stuff. Because if I do it and you go say something to them and they take something the wrong way and then they start bullying you or stalking your channel or whatever, you're going to look, you're the one that recommended them. Why did you do that? I hate you, yada, yada, yada. No, not going to do it. But that's the reason for it. But as always, you are more than welcome on any of my videos to drop your channel name in the comments. You don't even have to make a comment, just drop your channel name. I know that when you post, it's supposed to automatically show your channel name, but some people's usernames and channel names are different. So if you would like, drop your channel name below in the comments, or like I said, on any of my videos. And if people want to, they can come check your videos out, and if they like it, by all means, hopefully they'll subscribe. But with that being stated, I'm going to get off here, and yeah, we'll touch bases on some more stuff like this in the future. But I've gotten asked why, I've gotten asked why I don't do it. I've done it for you, why can't you do it for me? And YouTube is a very finicky place. So with that being stated, get out there and hunt. If you don't hunt, you can't find, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.